Colin, back in action, part of a busy week, I suppose. And how's training going in this heat? And obviously, it's going to be even hotter for the match on Friday night. So it's going to be like 29, 30 degrees on Friday. Probably the hottest game you've played in all season.
Yeah, no, it's looking that way. The training's been fine. We haven't been doing too long on the pitch, probably shorter sessions. So it's been fine. The lads are in good form. There's a good atmosphere around at the moment. So we know it's going to be hot. It looks like it's going to get hotter as the week goes on. So we just need to make sure that we prepare rightly for it, and obviously the players have enough fluids, and on the night of the game that we make sure that we're ready for it.
You're in the middle now of kind of a week of 3 home games in a row, obviously something to take advantage of, and you did on Friday night. You got the big win on Friday night, but you'll be hoping to make the most of obviously Treaty on Friday and the game on Monday as well.
Yeah, no, as you said, it's a massive game Friday for us against Treaty. They're in good form. They were unlucky against Waterford. Probably the games before that they probably haven't conceded in probably about 4 or 5 games, so they've really tightened up at the back. Tommy is doing a great job up there. He has done last year. I know we've beaten them already this year, but listen, they're a different side. They brought in some new players. They've shipped out some other lads, so it will be a difficult game. As I said, the conditions will come into play as well. So we're looking forward to it. As I said, we had a great win against Athlone. The players put on a brilliant performance. We got some very, very good goals. Conceded one at the end. We didn't like that, but it just shows probably the standards that the players are setting, that when we do concede late on like that, it hurts them. It hurts them, and we've seen that towards the end of the game.
Whatever about conceding when he banged in 6 goals, I mean, and possibly could have had a couple more. He had a lot of chances as well. That's obviously going to fill the lads with a lot of confidence now going into some big games, and I suppose the season running as well.
Yeah, no, I thought we were at it right from the start. I thought we were aggressive on the press. The players in the middle of the park were on the seconds, and we got some very, very good goals. Probably the first one comes from Dylan pressing one of the centre backs and picks it up, and Barry makes a run. It's a great finish. But no, I thought we were at it right from the start against Athlone. The players put on a very good performance. They were professional, and they went out and they did their job. Sometimes, you can come and you can underestimate the opposition, and sometimes you can go through the motions, and sometimes you can get caught. And the players didn't do that. They were at it right from the start.
Is it a bit of a benefit now? I suppose we said 3 home games, and then your next game is down in Cove after that next Friday. You don't have any travelling. Does that make things a little bit easier for you? In the space of like a couple of weeks, there's no travelling in 4 games.
I don't really look into all that kind of stuff. I don't, to be honest. I just focus on Treaty. Like all our work this week's on Treaty, and we don't look at Monday. We don't look at Cove. We don't look at the FA Cup. We focus on Treaty. As I said, they're a good side, and we got to make sure that we're right. We know what we're doing, and we can go and get the 3 points and keep pushing on.
Perfect, thanks, Colin.
Colin, you referred to it there after the match on Friday night against Athlone. There's 1 or 2 players disappointed to be taken off. They probably wanted to score. Is that something you welcome, or would you be disappointed with that kind of attitude? With 5-0 up. Kind of?
No, it's listen. We have a very good squad, and it's sometimes you take the lads off to get other lads on, and just to, I don't like the word rest, but it's just the lads went out, they performed, they done very, very well, and it's just kind of more minding them more than anything. I understand the players, they want to stay on, they want to play, they want to score goals, and that's what they want. But as a manager, I have to protect them as well. As I said, listen, I have to have a look at the bigger picture as well. I've got a very, very good squad. If I can make changes if we're 4 or 5-0 up, I will do that. It was just the opportunity came that night. I did it. I took off some players. They wanted to stay on, but that's just the way it is sometimes, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it's good that they want to stay on. It's confidence up. Training's been very, very good this week. So it's always good. You don't want the players to be happy coming off, but it's hard to keep everybody happy, isn't it?
Yeah. Just the first division, Colin, as we described it as a kind of a graveyard league in football. Obviously, with just 1 going up, I'd say the only league in the world with 1 automatically going up. In that respect, you must be very pleased with your squad of players, the way they performed. 21 games unbeaten in the league.
Yeah, no, listen, they've been great. As I said, we brought in new players this year. Listen, we've got a very young squad. I think somebody said it could be the second youngest in the league. So we've got a good mix. We've got some good senior professionals. We got some young lads coming up learning the game. We've got a lot of energy inside the dressing room, which is great. And I think, this year you can see it defensively. We're very strong and we've got goals in the team. But what I would say is that I think we're together. We're together, and when we're on the pitch, we're fighting together, and it's always a good thing to have. There's a good dressing room, and listen, as the crowd has been fantastic. They're right behind us as well, and when you have that, I always think that you have a chance. And the players get their confidence off that. When you get goals and the fans, they're up there cheering, they're singing their names and that, it can only be a good thing. And it creates confidence, and that's what players want. And I think that's what you're seeing this year. But we got to go again now play against Treaty, and we got to keep our standards high, and we got to take the level that we have over the last so many months, and we got to keep getting better. That's what I want from the team, and that's what we demand in training, that we can always be better. So we go into Treaty, we'll be still putting demands on the players that, listen, we go and get the 3 points. The most important to keep saying is that we play this game to win, and that's what we've been doing all season.
You mentioned the crowds there, like huge crowds this year, and by your own admission, Colin, like the City are the biggest club in the League of Ireland football. Like, does that put added pressure on you and the coaches, or does that drive you? Like, that kind of?
No, I think when I came into this job, there's always pressure. It's a massive club. As I said, I've played here. I've coached here in the academy for a few years. So I know what the club is about. Last year was a tough year. We were down the bottom, and I knew what we were doing. Listen, we had a lot of young players, and listen, it was going to be tough. But as time's gone on, I'd like to think that you can see what we're trying to do. But it's a big club. There's pressure on us as coaches, as players, and it's. I think sometimes when it's like that, it can only be a good thing, because this club it's standards, really, isn't it? It's high standards, and we gotta keep those, and we gotta keep better. As coaches, we're always learning. We want to be better. It's the same for players, is that they want to be better, and it's their careers, like it's how good they want to be. If they're here at Cork City, if they go to a higher level, then that's entirely down to them. Like, they're in charge of that. As coaches, we always want to be better, and how can we improve on last week? So that's the way I look at it. Listen, I love my job. I love here coaching at Cork City. This is the place I want to be. So it's and we're enjoying it at the moment. But it's just, we just make sure that we keep focused, and we keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, the opponents Friday night, I suppose Treaty, Colin, are the team we've had the most joy against this year. 3-4, 5-0, 12-4 against. The Ulster Cup as well, 3-0, so 15-4 against. But I know, like, they're obviously in the playoff place as well. Like, so I know you won't be taking them lightly.
No, not at all. And I won't be looking into any of the games that we played against them recently. As I said, they're a different team. They've tightened up at the back. Tommy's a good manager. He's done a very, very good job, and I've got a lot of respect for Tommy. So it'll be a difficult game. Listen, the conditions, it'll be hot, so we got to manage them as well. Like, so, listen, the players will be ready. Like, they're always ready for every game that they've done this year. So we'll be looking forward to it, and hopefully that we can put on another good performance for our fans.
Just the last one for me, Carl. Like, this year, Turner's Cross, you've been exceptional. Obviously, only a few goals against, and you've started a lot of games, high intensity. Obviously, we're looking to get a good start again, like you did last Friday. We always try to do that. Sometimes it happens, and sometimes it doesn't. But what I would guarantee that the players will give you everything the minute they cross the white line. Is they will give you everything. I think you can see that this year, and they're like that in training. So I think that if you train that way, I think on a Friday you'll play that way. So I think that's what they're doing at the moment. So hopefully that continues. So
okay,
Friday,
no problem. Thanks.
You just mentioned, you said there, keeping players focused. Is it getting tougher to do that, because we're obviously getting closer to the end of the season, and maybe a lot of people outside the club again very excited about the position there?
No, as I said, we just focus on the next game, and I know that a lot of people will be looking at other things that are going on, but I don't do that, and we say that to the players as well. We focus on the next game, and that's the most important thing. I said we got a strong squad. There's places up for grabs, and players have to maintain those standards. And listen, if we have that, it's always a good thing, because the levels of performance that the lads are putting in now are very good. We want more from them, and hopefully that continues.
And just to spot any injury news out of the treatment?
No, Keane Barkley was out last week. I think he'll be back in training on Thursday. I'm not too sure will he make the game for Friday, but he's back in training Thursday, so it might be just too early for him. Ali he'll be back in training as well, so I'm not too sure would he be ready for this, but we'll have to make a call then on if it's the Waterford game or the Cove game. I'm not too sure, but he'll be back in training probably Thursday or probably Saturday morning. So other than that, then we have probably Alec Byrne is back in doing a bit of running. So he'll be another few weeks. So and that's fine. A few of the boys have little niggles, but we just monitor them over the week, and if they train here and there, so we just got to be careful now. We obviously with the games coming up, we just need to be mindful that we don't overload them in that way as well.